Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advanced, and this game was played in Women's Chess Olympiad 2024. And here, this is a match between India and China. All three games, the rest of the games had been drawn, and here, this is the only game that's going to decide if India moves forward or China moves forward. So yes, the pressure is high, the stakes are high, and definitely with this. But Divya has absolute nerves of steel, and she might just show it this time. So, without further ado, let's start with this game. With the white pieces, we have the FIDE World Cup winner, the recently awarded Grandmaster, and an absolute genius, Divya Deshmukh. With the black pieces, we have a women's Grandmaster, Nishikun from China. So let's see how it goes. Here, just e4 by Divya, e5 by Nishikun. We have knight to f3, knight to f6, and just knight caps on e5, going for the Petrov defense, the classical variation. We have d6, knight to f3, and knight caps on e4. Here, just knight to c3. Normally you'd see the same kind of setup, but hey, just knight to c3, definitely something she prepared at home. We have knight caps on c3, d captures, bishop to e7, and hey, just going for bishop to f4, knight to c6, queen to d2, and hey, just bishop to e6. And with this, Divya is going to castle queenside, and she says that she's ready to bring the gold home to India. And here we have castles queenside, queen to d7, and hey, just h4, h6, king to b1, a nice prophylactic move, always helpful. Bishop to f6, and here just going for this knight to d4. Knight captures, c captures, just also just helping her with the pawn structure by trading that. c6, we have bishop to e2, h5, and just bishop to f3. d5, immediately striking in the center and also taking a lot of space. Rook d to e1 was played, and we have a queenside castle by Nishikun as well. Rook d to e3, and now definitely just trying to go there. Bishop to e7, and just going for queen to a5. Just finally just going and trying to attack and win this game right on the spot. But definitely it's not going to be that easy. But in an interview, she did say that she knew when Nishikun went and checked, all her other teammates had actually drawn the game, and she was the only thing that was left to maybe who's going to move forward, India or China. She was very, very panicking, and that's exactly what you don't want to do. That's why you need experience. That's why you need to play high stakes tournaments, and that's exactly what Divya did before the Chess Olympiad. She played two tournaments, and they were much stronger opponents than she was rated. They were 2600 played, 2700 players, and that definitely helped her to get the nerves of steel. So you're not gonna get this inherently. You have to practice. You have to play tournaments. Only then you can play in such high stake places, and then maybe try and win. And this just does not help. Here, queen to e5 was played, but there was a better move. Instead of this, after bishop to e7, you could go for bishop to e5, and maybe after f6 you play bishop to g3, bishop to d6, but here just bishop captures, queen captures, bishop to e2, and just rook to d8, rook to a3. And now after you trade, that bishop is no longer controlling that, so you can go and try to harass the black king, and you might be able to just do so very easily. Bishop to e7, queen to a5, just going for that pawn. And now we have b6, and now a very nice move by Divya, rook to b3. If you capture here, you are just getting checkmated, so definitely not something you want to do. Queen to b7, but here just rook to a4, just still keeping the pressure, keeping the queen, just moving the queen one step back and asking what are you going to do about that queen. Bishop to d6 was played, just cutting off that bishop's diagonal. We have bishop captures, rook captures, and just going for this bishop to e2. And now definitely this is a threat. You have to understand that otherwise you're gonna lose the queen. So a5 was played, but now comes this queen to a3, attacking the rook, everything with the tempo. We have king to c7, rook to e3, and now just comes this g6, trying to just get a very solid structure. But here just we have rook to e1, so doubling up here. And as long as the bishop is there, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do anything here. But if it works, then why not? Here queen to c8, but just rook to e5 was played, rook to g8, queen to g3, queen to d8, and just bishop to d3. So just both players waiting and seeing and trying to do something. But you have castled queenside. Divya was attacking on the queen side, and when you're not attacking, at least on the king side, you should be pushing, you should be trying to take the initiative. I know it's not easy, but that's something that you have to do. Otherwise, sooner or later, Divya is a kind of player who's a very aggressive player. If you give her a little bit in the position, she will definitely take it from you, and that's exactly what she's going to do. And that's what you have to understand, that that's not something you want to give to Divya. Only then you'll be able to actually win this game. But if you don't do anything, she will find moves to actually beat you. Here king to b7 was played, but just queen to f4, and here rook to d7. And that's the thing, you're just playing moves that is not threatening anything, that are not doing anything, and that can lead to a lot of consequences that you don't want in the game. And here just g3, and when black is just not playing those moves, and the style that Divya has, absolutely aggressive chess, one sooner than later she's going to find moves to absolutely crush you. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because here f3, and just bishop goes back to where it came from. And what was the point of this in the first place? Absolutely nothing. You're not improving your position. So someone, if you're just on a back foot for too long, someone else is going to come and just thrash you. And that's exactly what's happening here. Just a3 by Divya, just asking black, what are you doing in this position? And here just queen to e7, absolutely nothing here. And here you could find a very insane engine line trying to go for this queen to d2. I mean, not in a million years someone is going to find this move. This is absolutely amazing. After queen to d2, you play queen to d6, queen to g2, queen to e7, and now you play queen to f2. And here after queen to f6, you play f4. And after bishop to g4, now you go for this rook to g5. And only now once the rook moves, you play f5. And once the queen moves, you play b5, first this. And if black tries to push on the king side, now you go for this f captures. And here after this f captures, queen to e5, asking for a queen trade, queen captures, d captures. And now that pawn is pushing, and no one can do anything about this in this position, because if you try and push further, then just bishop captures. And now if you dare to even go for this to try and win a rook, the position just absolutely crumbles, because here a very beautiful move, bishop to f7. And the idea is you cannot capture because of simply rook captures, you lose the rook. And if you're thinking about rook captures, then just comes h captures. And you have to understand, this pass pawn is pushing, your rook is under attack, this pass pawn is pushing, there is no way you can stop both of them. So it was a very crazy line. But not something you can find, because even with with even after calculating everything, it's just insane to find such moves. Hit rook to h1 was played, but now just comes this queen to g8. I mean, you're just moving around doing absolutely nothing, trying to get and when you play when your position becomes this bad, somewhere along the line, the white is going to find moves to eventually crush you. Here g4, and Divya just pushes it, h captures, f captures, and now that pass pawn is pushing, and there's absolutely nothing that black can do about it. And in this position, her opponent Nishikun goes for g5. And in an interview, Divya just called it a really desperate move to try to have something in the position, because you're really on the back foot, and you're just trying for something in this position, but it's a helpless cry. I mean, you cannot do anything here. So I'm going to ask you to pause the video and try and find out the only move in this position which wins the game right on the spot. So have at it. So congratulations to everyone who's able to find this move, and the move is this h captures on g5. Thus just definitely is capturing that pawn, and there is nothing black can do about it. Here rook to h8 was played to try and get some counterplay, but just here a beautiful move by Divya, not even trading but going for this rook to h6. You want to trade, you trade on my terms, you give me a pass pawn, and we can end this game. Here uh, here just rook to d6 was played, but but now in this position, Divya goes for rook captures on h8, queen captures. And Divya Deshmukh, the magician in this position, finds this beautiful tactic, which is this rook captures on e6. And it was on this move, on move 39, that Nishikun resigned the game, and Divya Deshmukh brought it home for India. They are proceeding forward to the last round, and even if they're able to draw in the last round, India will get a gold, and that would definitely be because of Divya Deshmukh, because here in the Olympiad, she was able to get a score of 9.5 out of 11. That's not only extraordinary, that's impeccable. I mean, having a score, getting the gold for yourself, getting the gold for your team is just like really a dream come true. And why she resigned is basically, if you play this captures, then just your rook is hanging. I mean, you can just resign there. And if you play rook captures, then just queen captures, and that nicely connects with the rook. So she realized that, she resigned the game, and India is moving to the next round and possibly getting the gold for, I mean, those of you who don't know. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be coming back with such amazing games, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thank you all.